With over 15 years of experience, Elder Advisors can protect your assets, but they can do so much more. Larry Weiss rejoins us along with his team. And Larry, we have a new member on camera now. What exactly is Fancy Fulton's role? Welcome in, Fancy, by the way.
Thank you.
John, part of the component is the Facebook reaching everybody. So with that, you know, I don't even know what keys to strike with Facebook or whatever. So I'm going to let Fancy discuss to the Kentuckiana area about what Fridays with Fancy is. Fancy, tell them about Facebook.
Okay, so for those of you who have Facebook, we are on there. Elder Advisors has a page, and every Friday I will be on there live at 9:30 for about 5 minutes just to give you some quick information, give you an opportunity to kind of ask some questions if you want, and that way I can kind of get you answers right on the spot if you prefer to do it that way, and hopefully just to get to know a little bit more of everyone that's on our Facebook page.
So I have a question. Do they have to like our page, or how do they get invites? Because that's where I don't know any of that stuff, and you do. So how does that work?
Right, so I do need you to go on our Elder Advisors page on Facebook and just click the like button, and that'll help us to be able to reach you whenever I do go live. It should show up in your news feed, or you'll be able to find our page easier by just clicking in the search bar Elder Advisors, and it'll pull us right up because you've already liked our page.
So do they get like alert notices on the top of the phone, like I'll get like John posted a classified or something? How does all that work? I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, so if you're on your news feed on Facebook, at the top of your phone or your computer, it'll usually pop up a little notification that'll say Elder Advisors is now live. But like I said, it will be every Friday at 9:30 to try to give you a little bit more of a detailed answer on that one if you don't see the notification at the top of your phone.
Larry, if someone wants a personal one-on-one with you, can they go to TalkToLarryNow.com?
TalkToLarryNow.com. John, this is why you're Kentuckian. It's by far most insightful television person.
Well, I mean, because don't get me wrong, I appreciate all the free information.
Yeah.
But if someone right now is going, okay, I've been putting this off long enough. He's telling me he has good news for me. He can hold on to my assets. He can tell me all about, you know, whether it be real estate or trust or whatever.
Right.
And they want to talk to you now. They can do that, and you will make it work for them.
Absolutely. Just go to TalkToLarryNow.com. You can just schedule the appointment. That way you know what your schedule is, and you know what my schedule is. So we hit the ground running when I call you, or Fancy, one of my staff, will call. Usually it's going to be me, unless I'm already in an appointment with a family, or they can always call 855-LARRY-55. Suzanne House usually catches the calls to kind of assess what people's situations are. But like we were saying earlier with the elder law superstar attorney, Steve Langdon, and you are a superstar attorney, Steve.
And good looking.
You're good looking. I don't mind telling you. I don't mind telling you. I mean, it breaks my heart that you're married. I don't mind telling you.
But he is an expert.
But you are good at what you do. You go to bat for families, because when we tell John, calm down. But you know, when we tell families, for husband and wife, we can protect all the assets, even if one of the parents are in the nursing home or a single person. We can protect half. We need the elder law superstar skill set that Steve brings to the table, because he knows his way out of the law office. You were a former prosecutor in Clark County. You've got the chops, federal, state court, Kentucky and Indiana, because otherwise, as you were telling John in the previous segment, the state's kind of determined to say no.
I think one of the big advantages is, though, Larry, as you said, you like surrounding yourself with very smart people.
Top talent, baby.
So Fancy, tell us more about your area of expertise.
So I'm in the insurance kind of side of things, more with dealing with the Medicaid side of things, so I can answer a lot of those questions as well. If you want to kind of just talk to me real quick, I'm sometimes a little bit easier because I'm not as important as Larry, so I'm a little bit easier to get a hold of.
That's true.
You pay her to say that?
I will not, but it's true.
But
hi, Arabella. Hi, Tammy. Hi, April.
But yeah, so I do have knowledge on the Medicaid process and stuff, so I can help you with those type of questions. And I am, you know, being trained by the best over here, guys.
I'm good looking.
I'm not training you. I don't know what you're talking about.
And what are we doing? What do we do every Wednesday at 2:30?
We do have a team meeting every Wednesday at 2:30, and we go over everything.
With Dana Bergen
from
CLLB Law, whose boss is the very handsome, good-looking.
She is my boss.
She's my boss. The elder law superstar attorney Steve Langdon, because we go over every Medicaid case.
Well, let's talk a little bit about, we can talk about assets, and of course that has monetary, financial value, but something that I think has great value, maybe not monetarily, is peace of mind.
It is, John, and I'm so glad you brought that up, because to a large degree, if mom or dad is in a nursing home, to a large degree, they're being taken care of. It's the sandwich generation, the 62-year-old daughter who has to leave work early to come into my office at 2 o'clock, go home, take care of the grandkids, get back to the nursing home at 7 o'clock to meet with mom, business office manager. They're the ones that are stressed out. So part of what Elder Advisors does, we take that stress off their shoulders because they are worn out. And that's where my silliness kind of comes into play a lot of times, because the last thing people are expecting is a little bit of comedy. It's always at my expense. That's called self-deprecating, Steve. It's a fancy word. That's a non-legal word.
I like the energy level, and I think it works.
I'm a beautiful woman. I don't mind telling you.
With this COVID situation here, do you meet via Zoom? Can you meet them one-on-one and just stay socially distant?
Pretty much. We just meet at the office. You know, we practice social distancing. Sometimes the families would be more comfortable because of age and concerns. We will wear a mask. That's not a problem. So, yeah, we certainly adapt and improvise. But the reality is, like I said before, the Salvation Army, need has no season. Folks, don't go broke in a nursing home because you don't have to.
All right, and I want to talk to you about something, Steve. We always mention this, power of attorney. If there's any suggestion you could give to folks right now at home, is to make sure you secure that, correct?
Yeah, and it's the cornerstone for any estate plan. You really have to have that. You would think if you've been married 20, 30, 40, 50, 60
years, like my family.
Right. You would think by then that you can act legally for your spouse. The problem is, under the law, you can't.
Yep.
So when we have a crisis situation, and we may have to deal with a bank or deal with an insurance company where the account is only held in one of the spouse's names, we better have a power of attorney that's drafted by an elder law attorney, because if we don't, then there's going to be delays. And in my world, delays mean cash.
Yep.
Cash lost. The longer it takes, if my client's burning through $8,000 to $10,000 of cash at the nursing home, if it takes a month or two to straighten out this whole guardianship or power of attorney issue, then my client has really burned through a lot of savings.
And Larry, Fancy, and of course Steve, you know, one of the great advantages you have, you've been doing this for over 15 years now. So
John, where'd you get to 15 years? What, somebody can, so it's like, and it's 25, baby. Quarter century. This good looks. 25 years.
So okay, I apologize.
Okay.
But the
you
contacts
never need to apologize,
that
baby. You're too good looking to apologize.
the contacts that you've been able to surround yourself with are important, because you can cut to the chase. Where it may take someone else, as you said, Steve, time is money. So if it takes 3 months, you could go through 30 grand. You're saying I can get the answer very quickly because I know how the system works.
Steve does. He does a phenomenal job with that. I've seen him go to bat for families so many times, and Dana Bergen, his right hand, is always dealing with Medicaid. Medicaid says no. She's like, nah, I think you're going to say yes. Because we know the rules. This is what we do. Know one thing and do it well. This is what Elder Advisors does. We don't give stupid ideas like get divorced, buy a stupid car you don't need, buy a house you don't need. You know, poor Mr. Johnson can barely clean the 2 bathrooms in his house now. He doesn't need a bigger house with 4 bathrooms. But that's what so often people are being told incorrectly to protect assets. When they don't, if you want to buy a bigger house, do it. But it's not necessary if you're trying to protect assets.
And before, you might be going to an attorney for elder law, or you may be going to someone real estate. Mom and dad want to sell the home. There's all these different people. You'd have to talk to someone like Fancy who can help you with insurance. So with Elder Advisors, it's turnkey. It's one call.
And there's only one. And this is for Gary Bannett, because we love you, Gary. There's only one elder law superstar attorney in Kentuckiana, Stephen P. Langdon. Gary Towel, baby.
I will have to show him that later. You'll like that.
Hi, Gary.
Very well done.
Personable and warm.
Fancy, I know it's hard to get a word in edgewise here, but the energy is probably much appreciated around the office. I actually enjoy Larry and his energy because he's passionate about what he does.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a little break, and then we'll be back. Once again, Elder Advisors, don't go broke in a nursing home. It is the Wednesday edition of Wave 3 Listens Live.